Welcome to Ole Walls House. It's me. It's your man. It's your main man. It's Ole Walls, and I'm back with you guys. Episode number 130. We got a fun show coming your way, but as always, if you guys could, you know the deal. Could you please rate, review, comment, subscribe, and share? Let everybody know that Ole Walls House is the place to be. And if you're looking for some Liquid IV 20% off, we still have the promo code for now. Promo code is OWH. That's O for Old, W for Walls, H for House. Promo code OWH gets you 20% off Liquid IV. Liquid IV for all your hydration needs. The convenient little packet once a day, 16 ounces of water. Bazing, bazoom, ba-bam. You get more hydration than water alone. 3 times the electrolytes of your leading sports drinks. They've got all the flavors. They've got sugar-free. They relieve inequitable access to water worldwide. So Liquid IV, 20% off. Promo code OWH. Fun show coming. We're going to talk some golf, talk some baseball, passing thoughts. Got thoughts on everything from presidential debates to U20 football to a little hot D, little House of the Dragon, little conversation. Just me and a couple of my thoughts at the end of the episode here. So a lot of fun stuff coming. So let's just dive right into it. A week started with a lot of promise for the Cleveland Guardians. Ends rather unfortunately. Get 3 or 4 taken from the Kansas City Royals after starting off with a nice week. They'd swept the Blue Jays. They'd won 7 in a row coming in. It ended up being 7 in a row. They'd won 5 in a row coming into the week. They pick up 2 wins early against the Baltimore Orioles, who had been really kind of streaking at that time, up until like 2 games before, and then Cleveland really stacked it on them. So, pick up 2 wins over a really good Orioles team, who is now the American League East division leaders, as the Yankees are just kind of free-falling here. Yankees 3-7 across their last 10. But, yeah, so it was all ships to go for Cleveland, and then we headed down to Kansas City. Dropped a close one Thursday. Got a really good performance. I believe that was Ben Lively. Yep, Ben Lively had a good performance. Then get shelled on Friday. Oofta. Tristan McKenzie, who has been optioned back down to AAA, he has not gone over 3 innings in his last 3 starts. So that has been unfortunate. Gets shelled again Saturday. Tanner Bybee only gives up 2 runs, but pitches 6 innings and then gives up 7 runs altogether, but only 2 earned. So just not great. That doesn't make sense. How can Tanner Bybee only give up 2 earned if they gave up 7, but they gave up 6 in the innings he was pitching? Oh, shoot. I flipped that. That was the game they won. I'm an idiot. Yeah, Tanner Bybee has been pitching his balls off. I was like, wait a second. I'm confused myself because I was looking upside down. Yeah, Cleveland won the game on Saturday 7-2, and Tanner Bybee pitched a gem. Only gave up 2 runs, both in the first 2 innings. I think was through like 40 or 40-some pitches by the 3rd inning. It was really nice, a nice day for him. Bybee's been really hot lately. I think if you look at his last couple starts, he's been really getting it. While on the flip side, I just mentioned Tristan McKenzie. He can't get over 3 innings. Been optioned back down. Just been a debacle of late. But yeah, Tanner Bybee has been just fantastic for us, especially I think his last 3. But yeah, back to the Cleveland Soul, and then lose yesterday on Sunday, and just not great. So coming up this week, the 4th of July week, the week of 4th of July, Cleveland brings to town the Chicago White Sox, who are absolutely pitiful. Pitiful, I tell you. The Chicago White Sox are 24-62. 24-62. 4 of their wins, a 6th of their wins, have come against Cleveland. They are 4. Cleveland is 3-4 against Chicago. Just disaster. And then after that 3-game set with Chicago, we have a 3-game set with the San Francisco Giants, who also not great, 41-44, not terrible though. That jumbled up kind of NL West to anybody other than the Dodgers. is just kind of hovering around that 500 range. So again, another week where there's some teams with some games to win here. So gotta be better against the White Sox. Gotta be better. Gavin Williams will be back. I believe he's going to start on July 3rd. That is Wednesday. He's going to get the nod. He will start and kind of replace Tristan McKenzie in the lineup. Yeah, let's see. Tanner Bybee this year, 7-2, 3.47 ERA, a WHIP of 1.09. But the last 3 games, his last 7 games, he's 5-1, 2.88 ERA, a WHIP of a .91. He's struck out 53 and only walked 6 in those last 7 games. So, wowza, he's really having a nice little stretch here, and it's really maybe showing himself to be kind of a number 1. So, we'll see. Any other Cleveland stuff? Ooh, the AL All-Star voting. Steven Kwan and Jose Ramirez are down to finalists. Jose obviously a third, Kwan in the outfield. 2 spots left in the outfield. Maybe the Kwanster can sneak in there. I think he's batting maybe like 380 something right now. I think he is just outside being able to qualify for like the league leader in that because of that he missed a couple of games. He's batting 368. 368. Ooh, because in his last 7 games he's only batting 214. And then his last 15, he's only batting 344. And his last 30, though, he's batting 391. So, yeah, he's been a good hitter. 2022, he was a 298. Last year, 2023, the year nobody in Cleveland could score any runs or hit the ball at all, he only hit 268. So, yeah, back up to 368 this year. So, he would be leading the American League in batting average, but I just don't think he has enough yet. I guess 317 is the lead on the stats, but it just doesn't have enough to qualify. So, Steven Kwan, vote for Steven Kwan for All-Star team. Vote for Jose Ramirez and hope that they can finally, win a fucking series against the White Sox. 3-4 against them so far this year. So, go Guards. I didn't have myself tuning into the Rocket Mortgage Classic on Sunday afternoon, but there I was, sitting on my deck, watching the Rocket Mortgage Classic as Cam Davis is your winner. Cam Davis, a little 2-under round of 70 on Sunday. A couple birdies, a few birdies, 3 birdies out front, and a bogey after he started the day on the first hole with a bogey. Bogey's the 14th, the par 5 14th. That's when he got screwed on that hole. He hit it up by the green. Hit it up on the green. And it rolled back into the water, and he ended up having to take a drop. Ended up making birdie on the par 5 17th to get himself to 18 under, where, he got there and he held on as Ashke Batia, who had led after all 3 rounds, had made birdies on 4 and 7 after making a bogey on the 3rd hole, then made pars from 8 through 17, and then 3-putted 18 to lose the tournament and not go to a playoff. He had I believe, 9-footer. Yep, a 9.5-foot putt on 17 for birdie. I think he had a relatively makeable putt somewhere else here on the back 9. Was it 14, the par 5, 14? I think. 9.5 feet there, too, after being greenside, just being 38 yards from the green and 2, and does not get it up and down on either of the par 5s. And, he, credit to him, he sat there, he took his lumps and talked to the crowd. Aaron Rye hit one of the most ridiculous shots I've ever seen in my life. On the 14th hole, he had, let's get the play-by-play up here. Aaron Rye, the 14th hole, the par 5. All right, he had hit the ball. He did a drive 288 off the tee. He had 283 to the hole. He pulls driver off the deck. There's water left of this hole, and runs one right up the left center of the green with the driver. How far do you end up close it? To 30 feet. Or 26 feet. He actually kind of ran the putt by. He ran the putt 30 feet, 4 feet by the hole. And I mean, this ball was just trickling right by this water hazard on the left. Just unreal. Unreal. My guy would try that. Cam Young broke his driver, I think, on the 14th hole, or the 13th hole, maybe. I think he played 14 with just a 3-wood. Yes, he played 14 with a 3-wood. He got it to pretty much home and 2 on, yes, playing 17, a 571 yard par 5 with just a 3-wood. He got it home in 2. He had a 53-foot putt for eagle and ended up 3-putting there. His putting could not have been good. I wonder what his putting stats were. He was freaking out there as well. So I think there was a lot of conversations from the commentators about what was happening in Cam Young's head, because he was freaking out. All right, Cam Young, round 4. Yeah, he lost 2 strokes, 2.00 on the green. Approach was plus 105. Around the green, minus 0.32. So he lost a little over 1 stroke on his total round. Let's see, where was he at? Cam Young on round 3 lost 0.2 putting. Round 2 gained 0.74. Round 1 actually gained 1.5. So total for the week, 0.02 to the positive. 0.02 to the positive. Obviously, tee to green plus 2.35. That, I bet you, is pretty close. Yeah. Next best behind Chan Kim, who missed the cut due to his minus 2.41 strokes gained putting. So, yeah, Cam Young. There's a lot of talent with Cam Young, but man, can he put it all together? Is he kind of a head case? He's never won. He's got a lot of second places. So who knows what goes on with him? Who else do we have up here? Eric Cole, Rico Hui. Rico Hui. I think the kid who was the amateur. Well, there was an amateur, Luke Clanton. 14 under, T10 for Luke Clanton, an amateur. The 15-year-old kid played. I forget his name. Oh gosh, what was the amateur's name that was playing in the Neil Shipley? Neil Shipley had a nice week. Is he pro now? I think he was a pro, or was this just a sponsor's exemption? Oh, maybe he's not a pro yet. It says he has not turned pro on the PGA Tour money, but he's won $113,000. I don't know. I don't know if he's not a pro yet or not. Let me do some googs. Let me Google it up. Is Neil Shipley turning pro? Yes, that was his first. Whoops. Down goes to the mic. That was his first tournament as a pro. 67 in his debut, and then goes on to, oh shoot, now I took myself off the scoreboard. What am I going to do with myself? I'm looking at just Neil Shipley here. Neil Shipley, where'd he go? Where'd Mr. Big Neil Shipley go? 14 under, I believe, was where he was at. No, 11 under. T20. 67, 68, 70, 72. Not a bad start for Mr. Shipley. Anyone else of note? Matt Kuchar, T25. Johnny Vegas. That was a rough Sunday from him. 73, 7-day 73. Dropped some 6 spots. Joel Damon, a top 25 from him. Ooh, Sunday 76. Ouch. After he shot 64 on Friday. Ooh, wowza. Anybody interested? Ricky Fowler, he was out there. Oh, he stinks. Anybody good missed the cut? Webb Simpson, he'll get into them. Don't worry. They're just going to make a designated event to let him get into. Kisner, yeah, just go to the booth, man. No, they kind of moved away from him in the booth, so what's he going to do? Gary Woodland, he hasn't been the same, unfortunately. Next week, the John Deere Classic. The field for this one could be rough. Oh, Will Zalatoris. This is what I want to talk about. Will Zalatoris withdrew third round of the Rocket Mortgage. I believe, back. So said will experience some discomfort after a swing today, and out of utmost precaution made the tough decision to withdraw. Not exactly what you want to see for a guy who's had back trouble, who's had surgeries. It's been not super easy for him to get back, as you would expect. A guy with a lot of talent who's an absolute killer in majors without winning them. As much of a killer he can be without winning them, has really been struggling since 2022 when he made he got that back injury. So that's unfortunate. So yeah, the John Deere Classic in the Quad Cities this week. I don't think that's got a great. Let me see if I can find the John Deere Classic field real quick. Here we go. 4 of the world's top 30. Ooh wee, yummy. Spieth will be there. Here we go. Pat Cantlay, Sepp Straka, and Jordan Spieth. Anybody else? Pearson Cootie. I love seeing that name. I don't know why. Jason Day. Troy Merritt. Matt Kuchar. Is Kuchar just fucking playing everything right now? It's so weird. Kevin Streelman, Sepp Straka, JJ Spawn, Brandt Snedeker. Didn't Snedeker shave his head? Isn't he going bald now? Tops off? Kevin Tway. Camilo Villegas still plays golf. Nick Watney. I didn't know Nick Watney still played golf. It's really kind of it's a little interesting. I find myself sometimes watching these off-week tournaments, the non-signature events, the non-majors, and, there's even a couple of other, non-signature events that are still kind of a big deal. I'm going to watch Phoenix all the time. It's, Super Bowl Sunday. It always works. But there's something to it, that seeing some of the younger guys compete. It's with, I've never liked watching Korn Ferry Tour stuff because the camera setups just aren't very good. It's kind of tough to follow. You don't really know anybody. But this, it's interesting. I'm not it's not appointment viewing for me, but if I flip through the channels on Sunday afternoon, I'm oh, let me look at the golf real quick, and it's compelling. There's some guys at the top of the leaderboard. I'm going to tune in. Again, I'm not going out of my way to be oh, I'm going to watch on Sunday like I will with a Memorial or the Arnie's or Riviera or any of the other signature events, Harbortown, whatever it may be. But if I'm not doing anything, if it looks like there's a couple of names I know, like an Ashke Batia, a young guy like that, Minwoo Lee. Oh, God, I forgot to talk about Minwoo Lee. Minwoo Lee should have won this golf tournament. He made a double on a par 5 and lost by 1 shot, and he hits the ball off a million miles. He hit one in the bunker off the tee on the 7th. Then he got one up to 80 yards away, 89 yards to the hole. Then he hit it on, and then then he missed the green. Then he missed the green with his 3rd. Chipped his 4th on, and then 3-putted for a double. Just make par, Minwoo. Just hit it on the green and make par, and you are walking away from this tournament. But back to what I was saying. There's something to, if they've obviously created, 2 different levels of the tour. The studs don't play in these. They sneak in a couple throughout the year to keep their schedule a little more balanced, but for the most part, the studs, your Patrick Cantlays, your Xander Schauffele's, your Scotty Schefflers, etc., they're playing the signature events, the majors. They sneak in a couple of tournaments, probably mostly early in the year. And then, you've got these kind of up-and-comers. So it's interesting to see a guy like Cam Young, Eric Cole, and Aaron Rye, Cam Davis, Minwoo Lee, Davis Thompson, Ashke Batia, to see, it's kind of a little early proving ground. So it's nice. Again, I'm not going out of my way, but if in the world that we're in professional golf, where there's going to be kind of a differentiated level to these tours, there's a signature event tour, and then there's the rest of the PGA Tour, then there's the Korn Ferry Tour, and everything else. It's a better way to get to know some of the younger guys for me. So it's working for me because I'm not going to watch the Korn Ferry. It's just, like I said, production value is not there. And the thing is probably that the production value is probably not going to be there on these PGA Tour events. Sooner rather than later, they're going to have to save money to do all the signature events and things of that nature. But it's, for right now, I don't hate seeing a tournament like this. It gives me something else is going on. I know it's not the upper echelon, and if we don't have to pretend, then I kind of am okay with it. So Yeah, I think I'm all set in the golf. What do we got? John Deere next week, then the Scottish the week after that. I think. Let me double check the schedule. Yeah, John Deere 4th of July week, Scottish after that. While the Scottish is going on, there's also the ISCO Championship. That I don't find myself interested in all. And then the British Open. The British Open. It's the British Open. The British Open. Time for some passing thoughts. Let's start first. Little UFC. Didn't watch. I watched some of the prelims Saturday night, but nothing on the main card. But Alex Pereira with a big. I saw the clips. Big head kick to knock out Jiri Prochazka in the main event. But I think the story of the night has got to be Dan Ige, who is not on the card, is training for some fights upcoming, but who steps in to fight Diego Lopez on last minute notice. I mean, last minute of all last minutes. Sometime around like 6 o'clock, I think I saw 5 or 6 o'clock. I'm just kind of scrolling Twitter, and there's like, oh, they're replacing whoever was supposed to fight Diego Lopez. I'll try and find. Brian Ortega was like out with like 104 fever. And they're like, Dan Ige lives around the corner and he's on his way to a building. It's like, oh, he's in the building. And apparently he was training. He was close enough in weight that they threw a catch weight in at 165. And away they went, which is absolutely unbelievable. It goes the distance. He does not get the win, but just credit to that guy for just showing up and being like, fuck it. I'm right here. I'm going to do this. I am going to do this. Just absolutely unreal. Anthony Smith lost. Michael Venom Page lost. I guess I missed that. Ian Machado Gary. IMG takes down MVP. How about it? Prelim card. Cub Swanson lost. I think I saw part of that fight. Jean Silva beat Charles Jourdain. Peyton Talbot with a win. I don't know any of these guys. Anything on the earlier name? Martin Boudet. Vinicius Oliveira. That's a cool name, though. Vinicius Oliveira. What a name. Yeah, that's pretty much all for UFC thoughts there. I had. We had. I'm not talking about this much, but we had a debate. There was debate this past week. It was something. Just a couple of fucking geriatrics up there at one point arguing over their fucking handicap. Absolutely incredible. Joey B does not have it. Joey B does not have it anymore. That's all I'm gonna say. What else? Political thing here. I did see a political ad, which are very annoying, and there's so fucking many of them. I think I've already complained about this. We're only into July, and we're doing political ads till November. Like, this is going to get a little fast, but this one made me chuckle. There's this guy, Eric Hovde, maybe. I don't know. I didn't hear any of the words. I just saw like the type on the screen. I was at the bar. It's like, Hovde suggests fat people should pay more for health insurance. He might have said obese. I can't remember. And then shows 2 obese people, then flashes a statistic that say 1 in 3 people in Wisconsin would pay more for health insurance. And it's the only thing I thought of was like, okay, like, maybe don't be fat then. Like, that's my takeaway, is that like 1 in 3 people in Wisconsin are obese, 33%. And look, man, I'm not trying to knock it. I got a couple extra lbs on here, but like, I'm not obese. I can get out. I can move. I walk the dog. I do some lifting weights. I play some golf. Like, just do something, man. Like, I don't know. I just don't get all hot and bothered when people yell at fat people. I mean, and again, I'm a little chunky. I got a little extra added. We gotta lose some weight. We need some Ben Stiller from Heavyweights. What a movie, Heavyweights. I saw, this is totally unthought of, that I wasn't even thinking about talking. I saw a theory that Ben Stiller from Heavyweights becomes the Ben Stiller character after he's disgraced from Heavyweights. He becomes the Ben Stiller character in Happy Gilmore, where he works the old folks' home as a way to kind of hide and figure himself back out, rebuilds his confidence, and then becomes the Ben Stiller from Dodgeball. I'm here for it. I'm here for that theory. I'm here for that theory all over the place. First of all, let's do that. Let's do the food. The roommate made her homemade bread loaf the other day. Gosh, there's something about homemade bread that is just fantastic. The roommate makes a bunch of breads, but she made the loaf of bread like you use for sandwiches. And so when it was fresh, I cut off a piece and just buttered up a little stretch of bread, and man, was that delicious. Just absolutely fantastic. Then this weekend, I made French toast with it, which was, so good. It's soaked up so nicely. You gotta get your good French toast. You gotta make a nice French toast thing. You need your cinnamon, you need your nutmeg, a little sugar, all the stuff. Don't just do the egg and just toss a little something else in there and call it good. Take care of your French toast. French toast is a delicacy. It should be treated as such. It was also fucking perfect on Saturday afternoon. It was like a high of like 72. I sat out, so like I said earlier, I was on the deck watching the golf. It was just fantastic. I mean, there's something to just TV anywhere but outside. And I was also at like every outside bar in town. We did a little three bar tour, a couple drinks at each for myself. I was not driving, Roommate was being the sensible one. But we hit up the little brewery in town, sat outside there. It was beautiful. The main restaurant bar in town has an outdoor bar with a big fold up garage doors, it's like my favorite. Those are like my favorite kind of spots when you have the big fold up garage doors that like you can be inside and not just like getting pounded by the sun. Because I did get a smidge of a sunburn. That was mostly from sitting on my deck. It could have been a little bit from I went to the golf course too, but yeah. So at the bar, I love those bars where you still got TVs, you still got bar seats, you still got an actual bar to sit at, but you have fans, and then you have the breeze going, and you've got the best of both worlds. The best of both worlds, really. And then swung over to the golf colors, Evansville Golf Club. And we just put a new I don't know what they call when they put the roof thing, but they're just like slits, like slats up there. It's not actually a roof, but it gives you just a little bit of a break from the sun. So I was just sitting out there watching a lot of bad golf. Whenever I get feeling down on myself about my golf game, which I am currently because I'm playing like dog shit, I watch other people play golf, like other just common golfers, not like other like decent golfers or even ones I play with, like that are as good or better than me. But like just your regular Joe Schmo who shows up and plays like one Saturday a month or like one Sunday a month. I just watch them. I'm like, it could be worse. I know I'm driving it like absolute dog shit, but I'm still I'm still punching it out somewhere, and I still have chances to make par. I mean, these guys, oofda. I saw, and then there's the shots that are so bad that they work out. This guy, the ninth hole at my golf course is like slope back to front, and it can really get away from you. And this guy's got the wedge out, and he's really breaking his wrist trying, because he's going to try and hit it soft. And he just chunked the ever-living shit out of it. And it landed like 3 yards short of the green. But because he had chunked it so bad, it was just nothing but like topspin. It just trickled onto the green and then rolled out like 20 feet to like 7 feet from the pin. It was incredible. It was such a bad shot that it turned out so good. And then I'm not sure if he three-whammed it, but he did not touch the hole from 7 feet. It was impressive. It was really impressive. I'm sorry I just beat down somebody for my own good here. As my next comment was about to be that I was watching. It's funny. Oh, what a hypocrite I am. I was just scrolling through Instagram and I saw this dude who's a 1.3 handicap. And the comments are just like eating him alive. So the guy's like in the one video is just like out and like wearing a t-shirt and like jeans and like his hat's on backwards, but like you can tell the dude makes a good move. And then he posted a video where he was this is what he was wearing in the video. Like, yeah, he's just kind of out there. I mean, I go out there, if I go out and play in the evening, my course, like mesh shorts, I've worn just t-shirts. I've worn like literally like this outfit. Sometimes I'll throw just a polo on with mesh shorts, but like, it doesn't matter, man. Like, if you're going to show up and play a tournament, like, I think you should dress yourself like you know what you're doing. But, and he made I think he made a bogey. I think he tried to get aggressive on a pin, and people were like, oh, no good player would be over there. And it's like, I don't think people understand what a 1.3 handicap is. Like, I got my handicap down a couple of years, or I think last year, even down to a 2.8. God, I suck. I'm up to a 6 right now. Game is in free fall. But, like, even at 2.8, it's like 4 rounds over 20. It's like, it's a couple of good rounds you play. So, like, a 1.3 is a very good golfer. But, like, he's not perfect. Like, he's going to hit a bad shot or two. Like, he's not just going to go out there and make birdie on every hole. Like, I don't know what these people think. And then he played a course from, like, 30. He showed the front 9 that he played. It was, like, 3,800 yards. 3,800 yards. So it was going to be, like, a 76 or 7,700-yard course. And my guy shot 40 with a double bogey. And it's like, whoa. Like, that's pretty solid. From 3,800 yards, like, what tour pros are playing for. A 1 handicap shoots a 40. I bet you that was his index for if he just shoots 40-40 and shoots 80 from 7,600 yards. I bet you his index isn't going, like, it's probably like a 2.7 at best. Like, that's well within range of what he's going to do. Like, it's incredible that people don't understand, like, the handicap is a top end, which is disgusting. That's the more I think about it for myself, but it is. It's just like a top end. Like, I don't think people understand how hard golf is and how good you have to be to, like, be a 1 handicap. But, like, that doesn't mean you're perfect at all. Interesting. Just something I said. Something I saw. This was a good one. Super 70 Sports, fantastic follow on Twitter or X, whatever we're calling it. Just posted this and said, there's a 35-minute roaming charge just for looking at this picture. Oh, my gosh. I remember my dad had this cell phone. Yeah, pretty much that one. Or they might have had a different version. But I can remember playing Snake on it. Like, just... And it was just dots. Like now you can get Snake. It looks kind of cool. And I just remember playing Snake on it. There was nothing else that it could do. It could make calls. I don't even know if it could text, to be honest with you. But the battery lasted forever. It was like a brick. You could probably drop it and throw it off someone's face, and it'd be just fine. But yeah, that thing was awesome. 35-minute roaming charge just for getting there. I think this happened already by the time I did the pod last week, but if not, Matevy Mishkov is going to be a Philadelphia Flyer this week. I'm almost positive that already happened. So, I'm scanning through my pictures. I forgot this happened. Some point during the debate on Thursday that this Kelly O'Donnell, I think, was one of the first people. She put out a tweet. 2 sources familiar with the situation say President Biden has a cold. No, President Biden's just old. Good Lord. And then I also saw that the Score tweeted this, that with a loss to Japan already under their belt, Team USA just lost to Austria in the bronze medal game at the U20 Tackle Football Championship. I didn't know there was a World U20 Tackle Football Championship, but our guys aren't winning. We're losing to Japan and Austria. We must not be getting our guys. Like, are our dudes from Bama and Georgia and Ohio State and Penn State and Texas and Florida State, like, are we sending our guys? Apparently we're not. If we're losing to some team from Austria and Japan in football, come on. What is going on here? I think that was everything. Oh, there was a good segment on SmackDown on Friday. Wrestling, kind of ticking back up. It's caught my attention again. They wanted, I forgot to talk about Hot D, too. So there's a couple more things here. So first of all, wrestling's catching my attention again. We got a little 6-man tag at Money in the Bank. When is that? That's coming up. Money in the Bank. Show me what you drank. This Saturday, July 5:30. Huh. What's the card? What's the Money in the Bank card? Let's see if we can get what we got here. 2024 updated. We got World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins. If Priest wins, Rollins cannot get another shot at the title. Priest must leave Judgment Day. We got a men's Money in the Bank, a women's Money in the Bank, Intercontinental Championship match. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker. And then Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline. That was a cool start. They came out of they rolled in. They rolled the new Bloodline in. And then they rolled in Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens came rolling into the SUV not long after they were out there. Paul Heyman will not acknowledge Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief. So that's setting up a nice comeback for Roman Reigns to get involved in that. So that should be fun. That should be fun. Wrestling's sneaking back up on me. We got the Wyatt family thing doing their thing over there. I'm peeking. I'll be watching Money in the Bank on Saturday. That's for sure. Hot D, House of the Dragon, 3 episodes in. We have Damon. Spoiler alert time. Spoiler alert. This is the last thing I'll talk about. So if you don't want to hear anything about House of the Dragon, episode 3 and before, this is the time to just shut the pot off. We'll see you next week. Okay, we are going for it. House of the Dragon. We find out Damon's gallivanting off to Harrenhal, the ratty old burnt out castle in the Riverlands, trying to secure an army. The people out there are not fans of Laura Strong, so they're going to go with them. So okay, so now we're building something. I thought we were going to get more of a fight or something going on. I thought he was going to get into some shit out there, but he didn't. He was just being diplomatic. He punched the shit out of some guy in the face and then busted in a door, and they all seemed to be like, "Hey man, we're good. Like, yeah, we'll work with you." Meanwhile, we got that little rat Christian Cole. He's trying to get out to the Riverlands and get going there. There'd already been like these 2 people, that the Brackens and the Blackwaters or something. They got into a fight, slaughtered each other over a couple of old children getting into a fight. It seemed like. So Christian Cole's organizing a group of people. He's going to head to Harrenhal, but they're not bringing dragons. But who knows? Everyone's like, we can't bring dragons. We can't bring dragons. And then I feel like all of a sudden we're going to bring dragons real quick. Christian Cole's going out there with Alicent's brother, who's being a little cock and trying to get himself out to a little whorehouse to take some naps and get some ladies, and get spotted by I can't remember all the names. It's Damon's second wife's daughter with her, the oldest one with her. She comes flying down and spots them, so they know they're coming. Meanwhile, we got Rhaenyra being a pussy. She's trying to do this diplomatically. She's trying to avoid the war. Meanwhile, she's sneaking back into King's Landing in a nun uniform to talk to Alicent. She finds out that when Alicent heard that Aegon is the rightful heir, that it was just one of Viserys' old stories about Aegon the Conqueror, so she thinks she can convince her. She can't. So she storms off. Now, I don't know why she wouldn't just be like, oh, she's fucking right here. We can end this. So apparently she didn't want to end it. She's looking for some stuff. The crazy king, he's out trying to get fucked up with his boys, and he runs into his brother, who's, doing that little curl up thing, and then we get full frontal of Aemon Targaryen. He's a skinny little man, and he's curled up with this lady in a whorehouse. His brother's mocking him. So man, that was an interesting point. But I thought we were going to get a little more action this week, but I think we're sneaking up on the action real quick. I'm wondering if we get one more kind of build episode. We get some pretty big action in 5. We get another build episode in like episode 6, and then we get some action again in 7. They like to do that right before the last episode thing. It was always episode 9, but then they stopped, making 10 episodes. So now we're just doing 8. So it was a good episode. It set a lot of things up. Daemon was doing some hallucinating. Some lady told him he was going to die at Harrenhal. So who knows? He may die. We didn't see Mr. Hightower. Also Hightower this week. He had been banished last week and was trouncing off to go somewhere. He said he was going to go back to Old Town, I believe, which is where they're at. But someone told him to go to Highgarden I think Alicent told him to go to Highgarden last week to help stir up an army. So we got all the things happening. We heard about an old Tully man who can't control his bowels and can't walk and can't talk. That's a key to getting the River Lords and get their armies. So it's all coming together, Pepper. It's all coming together. All right, let's go wrap this thing up. Losing time, everybody. Just want to say thank you to everybody. I appreciate all the support. So thank you. I appreciate it so much. Thank you to producer Kevy for getting us started on the video path here and teaching me the ways. Thank you to everybody who listens, watches, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever it may be. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. So thank you. Back next week, we got more golf. We got more baseball. We got more hockey. We got more random shit that I'm going to run into. Who knows what else we're going to get. We're sneaking up on football season, people. Might start seeing some football previews coming out here. We got the British Open. We got a lot of fun stuff. We got the golf playoffs. Like I said, football will be here before you know it. Little all-star break coming up for baseball, but we're hitting the home stretch there. We're a little over halfway through the season now. So a lot of fun stuff. So until next week with more fun stuff to discuss, people, not describe. I guess I could be describing it, but all right. Till next week. Peace.